Welcome. Let's talk Avalanche versus Blues playoff series preview and prediction in round one. I'm shooting all 8 first round matchups. The last one I did was Vegas versus the Minnesota Wild. I'll put up a link up top if you want to click on that. Or you can just as easily find your favorite team or matchup in my playoff series preview playlist. Now, Colorado is a juggernaut. I hope I just didn't jinx them, but they are. You have to nitpick to really find an issue with this club. And the St. Louis Blues, well, yeah, they got experience going for them. You know, they've won the cup. They've been there. Most of the guys are still in the team, but their defense and their goaltending are just a shadow of their former self. Colorado won 5 of the 8 games against St. Louis, but the Blues did win the last 2 games in the last month of play there. In the last 10 games, the Avalanche were 8-2-0. They were pretty hot. The Blues were 6-1-3. Not too shabby either. Let's talk about some numbers. Goals for. Colorado was first. They pulled ahead of Pittsburgh in their last game or two there by 3 goals, 3 or 4 goals. St. Louis is in 13th, and the difference is 30 goals. A 30-goal score is the difference. Goals against, the Avalanche are 3rd. St. Louis is 19th. You see that picture I painted earlier? Is it becoming clearer? Special teams. This is where it really hurts the Blues. They're actually now better than the Avalanche on the power play. They're 6th, Colorado's 8th. But on the penalty kill, good Lord, they're 25th. For a playoff team, yikes. The Avalanche are 8th. Now, I got some miscellaneous numbers for you here. The Avalanche actually outshoot the Blues by about 5 shots per game. Face-off win percentage, St. Louis is actually a little bit better at this. You can give that big nod to Ryan O'Reilly there. They're 4th, the Avalanche are 8th. When it comes to hits per game, Colorado's actually last in the league. Again, because they play with the puck most of the time, right? St. Louis is 16th there. And when it comes to block shots, who cares? They're both towards, St. Louis is 11th, Colorado's 23rd. Do you really care about that stat? I don't know. Now, when it comes to 20-plus goal scorers, Colorado's got 3. That's the entire first line. Burakovsky actually has 19. He was close. Ryan O'Reilly is the only one for St. Louis. However, Perron did have 19. 40-plus point players, Colorado's got 5 of them. St. Louis has got 2. Now, I'll update you on some injuries really quickly here, starting with the Avalanche. McKinnon and Sad were day-to-day, but they'll be ready for Game 1. Dubnyk, he's on COVID protocol. Maybe he's back for Game 2 or 3. O'Connor, does he make a late playoff appearance? I don't know. Ditto with Francouz. Does he make it for the finals even? Byram, possibly later. He's got a head issue. I believe that's a concussion. He's on the IR. Your guess is as good as mine there. Calvert, he's got an undisclosed injury. Maybe it's possible he makes the first round. And then there's Eric Johnson, the defenseman. He's on the LTIR. They say he's also week to week. I don't know. They could definitely use him, though. We'll see if he can even get to the first round, maybe second round. Now, for the St. Louis Blues, Walker, Perron, and Wallman are all on COVID protocol. Perron, their leading point getter, he was just put on that on May 15th. Does this mean he's gone for 2 weeks? I don't know. They had a hard enough time already. Yikes. Now, Paryenko, Tarasenko, and Vince Dunn, they're all day-to-day, but they all should be ready to go for Game 1. Sundqvist, of course, is out for the season with a torn ACL. Gunnarsson is gone with a knee. You won't see him to next season, too. Keys to the series, starting with Colorado. Grubauer can't get injured. Otherwise, there'll be a problem in paradise. There's not much else to say. This club is pretty good, top to bottom. They finally have, more scoring that's not coming from the first line. The X factors here, you could say Nazem Kadri. He hasn't played up to his offensive potential, but his line mates are doing well, and Donskoy and Burakovsky. Maybe they can raise his bar. Maybe Naz ups his nasty once playoff comes, minus the suspensions. And, I mean, the only thing that I'm going to wonder out loud here, does this team have enough grit to go all the way? I mean, not just to get past St. Louis, but to get all the way through the playoffs. I mean, are they missing like a Wayne Simmons or a Ryan Reeves, someone like that nature, to keep the flies off, a nuclear deterrent? You know, I mean, the point's moot if they win the Stanley Cup or get to the finals. But let me know what you think about that in particular in the comment section below. The St. Louis Blues, I don't know what they can do. You could start with not losing Perron for like a couple of weeks. Otherwise, you know, the PK and the defense need to improve. But do you see that happening? Maybe they could play the trap. Maybe that would give them more of an opportunity to squeak out a game or two out of this series. I mean, the X factors here, I look at players like Tarasenko and Shen, and especially Binnington. Binnington has got to be white hot, stand on your head, circus freak good. Otherwise, yeah. Moving on, let's briefly talk about each of the positions here. Starting with goaltending, Grubauer in 40 games has got a .922 save percentage this season. Binnington in 42 has got a .910. It's not awful. It's above league average. In 19 playoff games for Grubauer in the past 2 seasons with Colorado, he's got a .923 average. Last year in the playoffs, before he injured himself, in 7 games he had a .922. Binnington had an .851 in 5 games when they were eliminated by the Vancouver Canucks. And in 26 games, when they won the Cup, of course, he was a .914. Can he at least bring himself up to that level again? Oh. Now the defense. Taves leads the way in goals scored for them with 9. He's been such a revelation, playing mostly on that top pairing with Makar. For St. Louis, Falk leads the way with 7 goals there. Point-wise, Makar has 44 to lead the Avalanche. Krug has 32 for St. Louis. He's come as advertised, really, especially on that power play. He had a slow start to the season, but he's looked good. On the plus-minus side of things, Taves is a plus 29 to lead the D-Corps. That's got to be top 10 in the league at least, right? And then Pattern is the worst. He's a -2, but only in 8 games. Krug has a plus 11 to lead the Blues. Mikkola is a -11 for the worst in 30 games played. Who do I give the positional edges to in goaltending? The Avalanche. Defense, forward, it's the Avalanche. Special teams, still the Avalanche. And the coaching, I'll give Berube a little love here for winning a Stanley Cup. Who do I pick to win this series? A lot of things got to go wrong for Colorado not to move on. And a lot of things have kind of already gone wrong for St. Louis, haven't they? So I'm going to say Colorado in 5. I'll be bold. But for those of you who skipped to the end of this video, who am I going to pick to win this series? I got to give it to St. Louis in 6 games. And that's my final answer. No lifeline. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The next video I'll be doing will be about the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Nashville Predators. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Please be kind to each other out there in this crazy world we're living in right now, and I'll see you soon.